Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something I am obsessed with, I am very passionate about, one of my favourite things in life, and that is perfume. I know I've said it before that I always wear perfume even if I'm not leaving the house and there's only me here to smell me. I've got perfume on. I love perfumes and I don't have a huge collection of perfumes. I'm not like a collector, someone who buys hundreds of them. What I like to do is have like a signature scent or two, and I like to use the perfume every single day until it is gone, and then I'll either purchase a new one or repurchase that one depending on how much I've been obsessed with it. But I don't like to have loads and loads and loads. I like to smell the same and everyone kind of, you know, smell me and know that I'm coming, I'm in the room, I can smell Charlotte. Did you hear that? What was that person driving like? I've become a bit of a perfume nerd in the last few years. Like, I get obsessed with perfumes and I get very overwhelmed smelling them in shops. So it's for me, I really like to research my notes and know what my favorite kind of scents are made up of, and that way I know whether I'm likely to like a perfume or not when it comes out, and I can read about it and read what the ingredients are, and I'll know that is not going to be for me, or that sounds like my type of perfume. So I've kind of been learning about notes and stuff lately, so I'll talk you vaguely through some of the notes in these perfumes, the ones that I feel like are, you know, the main scents that you will be able to smell to help you out if you are going to like them or not. But I'm not going to get too deep into the chemistry and the science of perfume, because obviously a lot of people just want to know what it smells like. Is it nice or not? But I will link down below the website Fragrantica, because that is where I spend, you know, a lot of my perfume time. It's where I get all of my information from. So if you want to know more about the ingredients, more about the person who created the perfume, the type of fragrance that it is, and more about the ingredients and the notes than I'm going to tell you, then get on that website, because it is so handy when you're trying to find perfumes. And just to give you a bit of a clue as to my type of perfumes, so that you will know whether these are likely to be for you or not. I love sexy perfumes. I want to smell really seductive and sexy, feminine. But at the same time, I do like richer fragrances. A lot of the fragrances that I love will be sold as like a nighttime fragrance, although I will wear them in the daytime anyway, because I don't really care about that. But yeah, that is the kind of fragrance I love. I love vanilla, I love sandalwood, I love amber, I love like quite sweet fragrances sometimes, but not sickly fragrances. I love patchouli in my perfumes. I quite like a little bit of spiciness to my perfumes. So those are the kind of notes that I love. I'm not a big floral fan. I'm not much of a sort of oriental type of fragrance fan either. So the first perfume is Narciso Rodriguez For Her. Now this was my favorite for a very, very long time before I found some of the others, and my only quibble with this one is that it doesn't have huge longevity for me. It is absolutely gorgeous, very, very sexy. Whenever you look at like the sexiest perfumes lists, this one is almost always at the top. It's always in there somewhere, and that is why I purchased it. It's base notes, so the notes that you're kind of left with once the perfume has like dried down, feature vanilla and patchouli, which are two of my favorite notes. It kind of leans towards like being one of the more masculine perfumes that I own. It is very, very sexy, but I wish it had just more longevity to it, because I do feel like, you know, after a few hours I can barely smell this on my skin. If this lasted a whole day and I could smell it, and it was, you know, other people could smell it on me without literally sniffing my neck, this would probably be my favorite perfume. But because it's, you know, it's hard to smell, it doesn't travel distance, and it doesn't last that long, it takes some points off. Next up, Guerlain Mon Guerlain. And if you are looking for a feminine, light, daytime fragrance that is never gonna offend or bother anybody ever, because it is so light and fresh and feminine, this is a really good choice. I love this for daytime. The only thing again about it is a little bit too feminine for me, a little bit too light and floral, but again, it doesn't last a huge amount of time on me. Again, if this lasted longer, it would be higher up my current list, but it is perfect for the office because, you know, if you're sitting close to lots of people, you don't want something that is really pungent and in your face, because some people are gonna really not like it. You know, perfumes are very subjective, and what you love, the next guy might hate. So if you want something really inoffensive and easy to smell, that is not too in your face, not too punchy, is very light for the daytime, this is a really good choice. Probably the most masculine fragrance that I have, and this is Emporio Armani's She. This is a very old fragrance, as in, it not old, but I mean, it's been around for years and years and years. It's not one of the newer perfumes out there. It's been around for like since I was in school. Last week. It's got a very woody base. It's got like sandalwood in its base. It's got musk in its base, so it's got a very woody, rich, masculine base to it. This is definitely one to spray on your wrist and then just keep smelling throughout the day to make your final decision, because the dry down is what is amazing about this. When you initially spray it, it's like meh, but when you smell the base notes and you get that final dry down scent on this one, it is just so unusual yet really sexy. This is probably the one that I get most comments on, that people always notice. It does last a long time, but again, it's not really powerful and pungent in your face, so it's not really going to offend anyone. I think it's perfect for any time of day or night or any season, because it has so much going on, but you don't get any sort of sharp punchy notes. It's like, it's not, you don't get hit with a certain note. Everything is blended so beautifully, it's kind of hard to pick notes out, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Very, very sexy. And it is timeless, because you know, it's still around, people still love it, and it is, you know, one of the ones that I remember seeing when I was at school. Second favourite, and my ultimate favourite for evenings, if I'm going out for dinner, or if I'm going out for drinks, or out, if I'm going out, if it's nighttime, this is what I use, and this is Lancome Le Nuit Tresor, and this is holy sweetness. Sweet sexiness is what this is. The bottle itself is really sexy, the black rose. The base notes in here are all like gourmand notes, so they're like caramel. I think it's got praline in the base. Let me just check. Yeah, so it's got caramel, it's got praline, it's got vanilla. So you can imagine it is sweet, but it's not sickly. If you like La Vie Est Belle, but you want something sexier for nighttime, you will be obsessed. And this lasts amazing. You will walk into a room and everyone will be able to smell it, and people will be able to smell it 5, 6, 7 hours later on you. It really does stay and stick, and you can smell, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. If you don't like sweet scents, it won't be for you. I don't find it sickly or cloying, but I do find it just really sexy and sweet and feminine. But there's something dark and rich about it as well, probably because it has incense in the base, and it also has coffee. So I think again, that is kind of what sort of richens it up and makes it like so unusual, but glorious. This is my husband's ultimate favorite. So if you're looking for one that your like other half, your husband, you want to seduce your person that you've got your eye on, give this one a go. You heard it here first. And last but not least, this is my Sylvaine Delacourte Valkyrie perfume. This is a vanilla based perfume, but I don't necessarily know that you would know that. It's just the sexiest, spicy, rich, intriguing perfume. That is like one of those things that people say, you know, perfume experts, how they describe perfumes as being intriguing. That is 100% the word to describe Valkyrie. It is just like nothing else I've ever smelled in my life. Very sexy. It's a unisex perfume. So although it is masculine, it's feminine at the same time, if that makes sense on me. It's incredibly long lasting, and it's not as in your face as Le Nuit Tresor. So again, for daytime, it's perfect. People will smell it, but it's not like really sickly sweet, so it's not going to be too much for people. You spray it on your wrists. I literally will wear this every single day of my life forever and never be disappointed or bored, because it is just so unusual and it is intriguing. You just can't quite tell what the notes are because they are just so beautifully blended. It does have sandalwood and it does have vanilla in it. Obviously it is a vanilla perfume, but it also has citrus scents in there. So it does just have this really unique smell, but without being like weird or like what's happening there. It is just, smells like nothing you've ever smelled before, lasts like nothing I've ever tried before, and it is just absolutely sexy as all hell. Like if you want like every person to walk past you be like, oh, what are you wearing? What is that? This is the perfume that will do that for you. Everybody asks me what I'm wearing whenever I spray this, whenever I have this on. Men and women want to know what this is. My husband can wear this as well. It's a unisex perfume and it smells delightful on him. So yeah, if you want to share one with your husband, or if you want to buy your husband a Christmas present that you can steal, this is a great idea. So I will link all the perfumes down below for anyone who wants to read more about them or wants to purchase any of them. None of them will be affiliate links. It isn't obviously a sponsored video. It will just be there to help you find them. That's all. It's not a trick. It's not a trap. I just love the perfumes. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 current perfumes. If you want to know what I smell like, you know, if you're just intrigued, what does she smell like, that weird girl? I want to know. Have a whiff of any of these. I'd love to know what you guys are loving at the moment perfume wise. I always put a perfume on my Christmas list every year, and this year I've put Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal on my Christmas list because that is one of my favourite perfumes of all time and I don't have it currently. I've run out. I would love to know what you guys think if you've tried any of these perfumes and what your ultimate favourite sexy perfumes are in the comments down below so I can get some recommendations for my next sniffathon when I go to Boots. I really hope you found this helpful. If you did, please don't forget to come back so I can see you in a future video. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.